everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are watching the 2002 animated adventure film called Return to Neverland. So it is many decades after the events of the first film. Wendy Darling is now grown up, married to a man named Edward, and has two children named Jane and Danny. With World War II raging, Edward leaves his family to fight, leaving Wendy to take care of the children. Jane becomes a serious girl, unlike her younger brother refusing to believe in stories about Peter Pan and Neverland. This ultimately leads to a furious argument with her mother and brother. And one evening, Wendy tells Jane and Danny that all the children in London will soon be evacuated to the countryside for their safety due to the Nazis' bombing of the city by the Luftwaffe. I hope I'm saying that right. Luftwaffe? Later that evening, Peter's arch nemesis, Captain Hook, and his pirate crew arrive on his pixie dust enchanted ship and kidnap Jane, mistaking her for Wendy, and takes her to Neverland, where they plan to feed Jane to an octopus in order to lure Peter into a trap. However, Peter rescues Jane and Hook escapes from the disgruntled octopus, returning to the ship. After Peter learns that Jane is Wendy's daughter, he takes her to his hideout to be the mother of the lost boys, as Wendy once was, but Jane refuses. The following day, as the boys fails to teach Jane about flying, she angrily snaps at them and proclaims her disbelief in fairies, causing Tinkerbell to not fly and her light starts to fade. This gives Hook an idea to lure Jane to him and kidnap Peter. That evening, Hook finds Jane and promises her that he would not harm Peter if she helps him find the treasure that Peter and the lost boy stole. Hook gives Jane a whistle to signal him when she finds it and leaves. Jane asks Peter and the boys to play a game of treasure hunt, and they teach Jane how to act like a lost boy, hoping to get her to believe in fairies and save Tinkerbell's life. So then Jane finds the treasure and changes her mind, discarding the whistle. Jane, as the So the boys makes her a lost girl before one of them finds the whistle and blows it, alerting the pirates, who captures the boys and exposes Jane as their accomplice. Jane tries to convince Peter that it is a misunderstanding, but Peter berates her for her deception and reveals that her disbelief in fairy causes Tinkerbell's light to fade. Horrified, Jane runs back to the hideout and finds Tinkerbell's body. Jane is devastated, thinking the fairies dead forever, but with Jane's new belief, Tinkerbell is revived. Peter and Tinkerbell meets Wendy again, then fly back to Neverland as Edward returns home and reunites with his family.
Wendy. Tinkerbell? Oh, I get it. I'm dreaming. You're not real.